All right, I'm picking up from where I stopped last night at 10:50 in this video, Shanghaied by Psychiatry 2. And I did go to the actual link. Last night I should have gone to this wired.com link. Um, I have it open up at the top, so I can show you that here in a minute. But here we go with this. 15 minutes of sensory deprivation equals an LSD trip. Okay, there's the Earl. This is the Wired.com article. It's been around quite a while, since 2009. Okay? And a lot of people probably don't understand this. That's why they still practice that. Okay? But it's actually torture, as you may know. And when the school does that, it's state-sponsored torture. And with this little girl that was in the news in the past, 24 hours, their school's being investigated. 2 teachers are out on paid leave. I already recommended this. Article. And she's an adopted child too. But in this case, the kids are the terrorists. Okay? It's a smaller scale than what military has done to the whole thing. Has done or has not done. Let's put it that way. Okay? And one link shows the picture of the isolation booth / timeout closet / torture chamber. I recommended this one too. That wasn't it. One news article went much more into it. This one changes the tone a little bit. That the teachers are dragging the kids there. And the mom was hearing things about her little girl that were never brought to her attention before. Never. Let's watch.
Leaving a special needs child in a timeout room for 2 hours. King 5's Meg Coyle joins us from outside Marshall Elementary School, where an investigation is now underway. Meg?
Jean, the state allows for a padded room to be used in cases where the student in question is a danger to themselves or possibly to someone else. But one parent tells us that here at Marshall Elementary, the paraeducator and the teacher went too far, that she was regularly placing her daughter in this room, and in one occasion for up to 2 hours.
Katie is a bundle of joy. She will keep you on your toes 24/7. Don't blink.
Angie Wilson knows to keep a close eye on her adopted daughter, a happy, energetic 7-year-old whose special needs can sometimes pose special challenges.
I'm going to say it's probably about 3 foot by 6 foot deep.
That's the size of a closet in Katie's classroom at Marshall Elementary. Angie says it's where kids go when they're out of control.
There's no place to sit. There's no place to cool down. The concept is wrong.
Katie has fetal alcohol syndrome and ADHD. Her teachers say she is destructive. So on at least one occasion, Angie says Katie spent 2 hours in the so-called timeout room.
How is that justified? In no way. I wouldn't want to be in a closet for 2 hours.
Katie's most recent individualized education plan
Pardon me.
describes instances where she throws things and hits staff members. All of this is news to Angie.
Not one incident ever reported to me up until now.
And if she is acting out, Angie says no one is bothering to find out why.
They were just looking at this is what she's doing.
Now, she wants to know what the teachers are doing.
Every parent should have a problem with what they're doing, putting the kids in a room and blocking them in. Everybody should.
Now, Angie is also alleging abuse that has taken place against her daughter. She says that her daughter has told her that the paraeducator has hit her, has pinched her, so she is pursuing that with the district as well. The district, on the other hand, is still looking into this incident and, as we mentioned, has hired an outside investigator to look into it, but says it takes the accusations very seriously. As for Katie, she's been moved into another classroom with a different teacher, and so far, her mother says there have been no issues. Reporting live in Marysville, Meg Coyle, King 5 News.
Thank you.
State-sponsored torture.
In the timeout closet. The school district is looking into why a second grader was repeatedly put in the storage room at Marshall Elementary. Pirates of a North Stand reportedly spoke to the child's mother, who says her daughter was the only student to sent the closet. Please. And the girl's mother claims that her daughter was spending time in a closet here during school over the past couple of months, and she also says that wasn't the only form of classroom abuse. Angie Wilson says she always sends her 7-year-old adopted daughter, Katie, to school with the same message. We'll listen to your teacher today. Don't disobey him. Do what you're told. But Wilson says Katie's special education teacher and a classroom aide were the ones behaving badly. Katie was being touched physically, manhandled, pinched, poked, slapped, her hair pulled. Wilson says Katie told her she was also put in a closet and left there for hours as punishment for tantrums. A counselor report says the girl spent time daily in the timeout room screaming. How did you feel when you were in the closet? Katie told her mom at least 2 other kids were also sent to the closet. Gail Broxton's granddaughter is in 2nd grade and said she still trusts the school. I think it'll eventually blow over because this is a great school and great teachers, and I can't quite picture it. The school district would not comment on camera, but told us the 2 educators are on paid leave. And, quote, the district takes this allegation very seriously and will take disciplinary action if warranted by the outcome of the investigation. It's no longer just about me and Katie. Now it's about justice. Now, Wilson says that she saw the closet for herself and she wanted to take a photo for her records, but she says a school staffer told her that she would send her a picture. Instead, Wilson said that she got an email telling her that the room had been dismantled.
Wow, isn't that a fine... Excuse me. Alright, once again, I am no expert, but I do have my experience with this and the knowledge that I glean off the net. And you might think this is taking it quite a bit too far, but you know, it goes to the same thing. They're just doing it at a different level. The kid's still the terrorist, throwing things, whatever else that the teacher failed to tell the mom that was going on. it's just mind-boggling, you know? And it kind of reminds me of 1993 here, where my spouse was calling the school to get weekly reports on his daughter. Maybe he already knew that they weren't going to update him on their own. So, and I believe there for a while he was going to the school weekly to meet with the teacher, you know, to hear it, see it with his own eyes, which is just another wacko thing about our whole deal. And I don't want to get too far off on the limb on that one, that he was involving with them in that way and taking his daughter to Columbia for the exit counseling, and her going to church with my mom and dad and camping and to home visits, monthly visits. Well, in the letter she refers at one point to the visits as monthly abuse. So, and then of course I had to look at this book they're referring to here. Okay. And the intelligence the schools might be gaining in regard to this technique is that maybe they get the kids out of the room that are the distraction, and everybody else can become intelligent. You know, maybe that's it. But here's the book they're referring to on Amazon. The Dark Side, the Inside Story of How the War on Terror Turned into a War on American Ideals. Well, yeah. I don't know why the teachers would do such a thing. Would they like it? I mean, if they wore the shoe on the other foot, right? Well, teacher, you're a distraction. I can't learn. I'm not comfortable. You're a problem. So let's stick you in an isolation booth so the rest of us can continue. Would that work? So see, I at that point was that second grade terrorist, as well as some of my classmates. And there were some, at least two I can remember, maybe three, that had so bad of a record already in second grade that they had been kept back, one of them 3 or 4 years. He should have been like in 6th grade. Very devious, had a very dirty mind, dirty mouth, trashy mouth. And my cousin and I would get stuck in the closet with that character, who later in life actually ended up doing prison time for I don't know what, but I mean, and he had a look about him. He was such a character that I wouldn't want to put my child in a room alone with him. And I won't say the name. I'm very careful about that. I don't want to stir the pot any worse than it's already stirred, but yeah, it was horrible. And I'm running out of time again, so, but yeah, it's not a good thing. And I hope they sue the school district and the individuals and win big time, because people do deserve better than that. I don't know who gets ideals from who. TV from second graders or second graders from TV. That's how messed up it is. Here's another book to check out real quick. The CIA Doctors, based on 15,000 pages of documents through FOIA journals. These programs.